the hardest shit ever. Like, you cannot do anything. I get paid every day. I get paid just to say I get paid. Money coming to me easily, money coming in repeatedly, money coming in and needing me, money coming, it's just money coming, it's just money coming in frequently, money coming in to be with me, money coming in secretly. Bro, being a single mom is literally the hardest shit ever. Like, you cannot do anything. I literally got like one side of my weights racked at the gym because I tried to work out, and they're calling me over the intercom to come get him literally after 5 minutes because he don't want to be with anybody but me because I'm the only person with him. But you literally just can't do anything. I'm literally so exhausted from work like 90% of the time, so I don't ever get to do like a good like real workout. And I got up trying to do a workout this evening and he don't even want to go to the kids club. This is like the 3rd time I've tried to take him. He does not like to be with strangers, so it just makes it hard because I can't do anything. The only time I have help is when I'm working, but I can't ever do anything for myself. And the other parent just gets to do whatever they want. Literally whatever. You can go hang out with your friends, you can work out, you can complain about how tired you are, but like, look at my life. Like, look what I have to do every single day. I hate even complaining about this because my mom helps me a lot, and I have a nanny for my son twice a week, but that's while I'm working. I'm working 24/7. As an entrepreneur, my brain is in work mode 24/7, and I only have physical help while I'm working, and so it just makes it difficult whenever I need to do things for myself. Like, my nails are down to the nubs. My toes are a whole different story because it's like, when do I have the time? Where's the time to go and do that? Like, I don't have anybody to keep him for me to go sit and get my nails done for an hour. I join a gym with childcare and he doesn't want to go to the childcare because he doesn't like strangers. I can't do work from home because if I look down for 2 seconds on my kitchen island, and then you got to deal with the other party complaining that you're not being nice to them, and cleaning, just cleaning all day, every day. That's literally my life. I needed to let that cry out. It's been a little minute since I've cried. I feel like I've just been so numb to all emotion that I just haven't cried. So that did make me feel a little bit better, but it's been rough recently, and he does not want anybody but me, which I love. My mama heart loves it, but my Caitlin heart, myself, wishes that he could be okay with the childcare so that I could get a workout in. My son is 17 months old, and this has by far been the hardest stage of all of it. Hi babe. The sweetest, but definitely the hardest, and I'm acquiring a lot of mental strength throughout this, but sometimes you just have a little breakdown. Yeah, it's a lot. But we're gonna figure it out. This is embarrassing. I'll probably delete this later.
When I read the study Regretting Motherhood by Orna Donath, mothers who admit regret shot up to #1 on the list of people who I respect most in the world. And that probably sounds really weird to anybody who hasn't read the study, but you need to read it to understand or listen to it. Because the truth is that we commodify and borderline fetishize motherhood from day one for people who can give birth. And I know this because I've been exposed to it from day one, and I knew from a very young age that I was never meant to be a parent. But if I had given into that socialization, that pressure, that commodification, because it is tempting sometimes, it does look like a fairy tale sometimes. If I had given into that, I would be in a position right now that I don't know if I would even survive. And that's why parents who admit their regret, especially mothers, have my utmost respect.
This is probably embarrassing to some. But being a full-time mom is hard, okay? It is hard. And like most days I'm okay, but today I don't know what came over me. I guess it's because I'm a full-time mom 24/7. So normally most days, you know, I know how to handle my son. But today was just one of those days where I just didn't know what to do. He cried so bad. He showed off so bad in the store. Like, y'all ever just felt like all eyes were on you and you didn't know what to do? I felt like I could handle him. Like, it wasn't bothering me at first, but I guess that crying and it just really got the best of me, y'all. I had a full-blown panic attack. Like, I literally had to leave my son with his other mother and just walk away. I had to just walk away and go to the car. I couldn't breathe. I had so many thoughts running through my head. And I know it's okay to cry. I know it's okay to walk away and just take a breather. But I have never in my life felt like I couldn't do it. Like, the thoughts that were running through my head, it's just like, are you even fit for a mother? Can you do this? You got another baby on the way. Like, it gets hard. I really I feel like I'm still having a panic attack, but it's just more so calm now. I just need some words of encouragement, y'all, because this is crazy. It's hard. It's unexplainable. It's unexplainable. And I know y'all probably saying, like, girl, why you come to social media? Just take a breather. But y'all, this is recorded in real time. This is how I'm feeling right now. This is what I decided to do for a living, was vlog and record my life and tell you guys everything that I'm feeling and just my life in general. So today is one of those days, okay?
You know, I really feel for people that really don't have like a real strong village. Like, this shit is not fucking easy. Like, it's hard enough motherfuckers gotta work every fucking day. But to have a child and then you gotta work and then you gotta just stay afloat, like, I can't make this up. Like, whoever that has no children, please. And if you want some, please stop the want. Because that shit gets so out of pocket sometimes to the point where it's just like, why? Like, I don't know how y'all gonna come to me about this, but it's just like, why couldn't I be the woman that couldn't have kids? Because if I would have knew that my journey was gonna be like this, I would have just rather wanted than to have. Like, this shit ain't cool. Like, at times, like, and then when you single, it's so disgusting. Like, why? I just don't understand why men just be out here dropping these kids off on women, and then y'all just think that we supposed to just do it all, like, fucking all, like, it's just not cool, man. Like, for real, I fucking hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Like, I really wish that I couldn't have did it. Like, if I would have known, like, it did. I really hate too that I had old school parents where it was like, oh, you gotta get married and then, have kids. Even in my fucking marriage, like, this shit is a scam. Like, all this shit is a fucking scam. Like, kudos to you bitches that found a man that'll never leave you, that'll never leave you out here. But this other shit, It be so draining. It's so fucking draining. Even when you trying to make life just more comfortable where you are just okay. Like, the shit's not okay. The shit's not okay. And I don't come on social media for no fucking attention, but this shit is trash. Like, this shit is fucking trash, and I just hate it so fucking much. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have just did what the fucking doctor told me to do, and that was to get an abortion.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing? Should I pay her? Bro, tits. Bro, they keep. Where's she at? Where that girl at? Oh, she left? Bro.
So like I'm literally just in my kitchen and I really want to know how people manage to just stay strong every day for their kids. Like, I am struggling. I am mentally struggling. Just being a single mom and having to do everything on my own. Like, it's draining. It's so emotionally draining, and I try to find the strength every day, but I just don't have it anymore in me. So yeah, let me know how you guys manage to keep it together every day, because I have no support. No support. Everybody that told me, oh, they're gonna be there for me and my kid, this and that, when it's the time for y'all to show up, y'all leave. And that's what got me fucked up, because why? Like, I'm genuinely not that type of person to people, but I just can never catch a break, and I'm over it.
My biggest fear with raising sons as a single mom is that they're possibly going to grow up and think that the women in their generation shouldn't complain about being a single mother because they watched me do it. You see, a single mother is going to create one of two men. You're either going to create a man that watched his mother struggle so he would never put another woman through that, or you're going to create a man that watched his mother struggle but get it done and think that that's normal. Like, oh, well, my mom did it, so it's okay. I don't want them to have that mentality just because they watched me do it. You see, I don't complain to them about being a single mother because I don't want them to think it was terrible raising them. So I'm like a little conflicted because I also don't want them to grow up and think, well, my mom was a single mom, so other moms should do it. Why are you complaining about being a single mom? My mom did it with 5 kids. Like, it would break my heart to hear my son say that as an adult, because it's hard. It's not easy. And I don't know why single motherhood is being normalized. I'm not a single mom because I wanted to be a single mom. I'm a single mom because I don't have a choice. The father got mad at me when the relationship ended and decided when the relationship ended, that meant I don't have to be a father anymore. But I chose to stay and handle my responsibilities as a mother. Fathers really need to do better. All that putting the blame on the woman because she's the one that stayed and he's the one that up and left just because the relationship ended is crazy. Oh, well, you should have picked a better father. No, they were great fathers while they had access to me. It's when I cut the access to me that they became terrible fathers. So why is it I should have picked better instead of they need to man up and handle their responsibilities as men because these are their offsprings? The relationship with me should not determine the relationship with your child, especially when I don't make it hard for you to be a father.
You got 4 kids that's on the floor on TikTok, right? Listen, I don't think sis came on social media for y'all to make her feel less than already what she feels. Stop asking what happened and ask how can we help.
This is not coming from a place of judgment. This is coming from a place of learned experience. I had my first child at 19 years old. My mother and my father cut me off. Not permanently, but what they wanted to do was make sure that I knew how hard it was going to be to have a baby. There was no going out on the weekends. There were no hanging out with my friends. There was none of that. I had to set my schedule based on what daycare would allow me to do. There was no fun time. I got a baby. It wasn't until my son hit about a year old that my mother and father both disclosed to me that they did that so that I would know having children was not a game. We want you to know how hard it is. There are a lot of young women out here that are having kids that get a lot of assistance, which they need. But because they are not given the education and the preventative measures to make sure that it doesn't happen again, they end up with 4 children under 4. See, social media, especially TikTok, has made it very easy to glamorize single parent or single motherhood. Social media has made it very easy to talk about a baby by a random man in Atlanta and gain millions of followers and be able to monetize that. So now having the baby ain't that big of a deal. So in cases like this, I'm all for helping because the babies are already here. However, we need to also educate so you don't have 6 babies under 6. And that's the part that is missing. See, I'm a firm believer that we need to teach people how to fish instead of just giving them fish. In the cases where you have young single moms, I wish that I could get them to listen to the OGs like us, like me. Because what I want to do is teach you how to never be in this situation again while I am teaching you how to fish, how to make it on your own while I am giving you fish. Because you got to eat right now. But a lot of these young women don't want to hear it. They want to believe what they see on social media. The OGs are like, girl, that ain't none of my business. I'm going to stay out of it. It ain't my job to help. And then the only people that end up suffering long term is the kids. Ain't nobody worried about them kids. Everybody is worried about being all in her business. Nobody is thinking about helping her educate herself, get trained, learn a skill so she can take care of them 4 kids. Y'all are going to give her some money, send her some stuff to a P.O. box, and when the next trending topic hit, all of y'all's assistance is going to go out the door and she's going to end up right back in the same spot. So no, we don't need to help temporarily. We need to set some things in place for permanent change and for permanent help, like education, like a trade. I would love to teach her how to do hair, baby, because that's something you can do in the hotel room with your kids. But a lot of y'all ain't gonna really invest that type of energy. Y'all just like to talk for social media. Therapy was today. We on Thursdays now. My nose is red, so you already know what it is. Being a single mother is fucking hard. And that's what we talked about today in therapy. Okay? As good as I make it look, and I do make it look good, this shit is hard, all right? And when young women ask me about being a mother, or women in general who don't have children ask me about being a mother, I always tell them, don't fucking do it. The anxiety around being a mother just makes it, you know, I don't want to say not worth it, but like, honestly, if you couldn't save yourself some anxiety, why the fuck not? I want so much for my son to have a better life than me, little to no trauma. I want him to grow up knowing how to swim and fish and ride a bike and roller skate and all the shit that kids supposed to know how to do, you know what I'm saying? And also I want him to take vacations and have this village of loving people and positivity. But I also have goals. I'm still trying to elevate myself, you know, and I don't want to stay stagnant because, oh, I'm going to stay where I know I have a lot of support, which really is nowhere. But, you know, it would have been easier for me to be back in my hometown because that's where my immediate family is. But that ain't me. I'm in Houston, and I'm in Houston with nobody, you know what I'm saying? And as fucked up as me and my mom's relationship was, and kind of still is, I think I took for granted the fact that I could always call her and she would be there. Now, I would be dealing with other bullshit on the back end, but she would still be there as support for me and Cam. And that's just the physical anxiety. We're not talking about the emotional anxiety that comes with constantly worrying when Cam is not with me physically,
or never wanting him to be sad and just worrying about the heartbreak and heartache that he's going to have to go through growing up as a, you know, as a young man and as an adult. The anxiety is just never ending. And I mean, you see women out there who put themselves before their kids all the time. They don't give a damn. And then you see those women who put their kids first so much that they forget about their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, and everything. And so it's harder as a woman who's trying to balance, you know, who's just trying to care about myself just enough where I continue to reach my goals. But, you know what I'm saying, I would never put myself over Cam to the point where it is detrimental to him. So anyways, my therapist gave me pointers, gave me a pat on the back, told me I was doing good, and yeah.
I need to play you this clip because I have not stopped thinking about it since we recorded.
How do regretful parents end up with more than one kid? This question comes up a lot because it's like, dude, how do you got 3 kids in your Reddit? Why don't you just stop at 1, right?
Literally.
The most upvoted comment here is, I once heard the shittiest advice from someone. They told me I absolutely need to have 2 as 1 is super hard because 2 kids keeps themselves busy. This advice was from my mother-in-law. Brother-in-law and husband never played together and they aren't close at all. People give shitty advice. Enough of them around you might brainwash you.
That's the thing, is like, I feel like the things that especially boomers say, the advice that they give, is just like shit that they've heard in the ether.
Right.
It's like not actually their lived experience. It's just like regurgitated stuff that they have like
Internalized.
Yeah, internalized.
Right.
I really need someone to tell me if having kids is worth it.
It's not. And I'm going to explain why. If you're new here, I'm Melissa, your millennial wife, mom, and homie, so I'm going to tell you like it is. It is not worth it if you are not ready or cannot mentally wrap your head around being a parent 24/7, no matter what. And that means if you have a loss in the family, if you're sick, if your partner is sick, if your partner passes away, if basically any unfortunate situation, you still need to show up and parent. It's not worth it if you are not ready or cannot wrap your head around that you will now become second. And when I say become second, it's not always, it's not forever, but at least for a specific amount of time until your child starts to get a little bit more autonomy. Their needs come before yours. It's not worth it if you have some type of, and you recognize some type of unresolved trauma, either from your childhood, past relationships, whatever the case is. It is not worth it if you have some type of unresolved trauma that you have shoved all the way down, do not want to explore, do not want to talk about, because I 100% guarantee you that that will resurface when you do become a parent. It's not worth it if you are only doing this because this is what my parents want, or this is what my husband wants, or this is what society dictates I should be doing. It's not worth it if you're trying to keep a man. Like, for real, parenting is one of the most realest things that you can do, because this really requires you to, like, it's not even a shift, like it's a whole new chapter. It's a whole new chapter in your book. Like, this is no longer, I am not the same Melissa that I was before I became a mom. And it's a whole new life. So if you are not ready to wrap your head around, like, my priorities are going to change, things are going to change, my needs, wants, friendships are going to change, relationships are going to change. If you are not ready to kind of understand that and go with, you know, the ebbs and the flows, then it's not worth it for you. It's not worth it for you. It is one of the most, to be a good parent, to be a good mother, it's one of the most selfless things. Not for a long time. That's why I have a thing on here, get yourself a life outside of motherhood. But it's one of the most selfless tasks that you can do when you're doing it right.